morning. Welcome to Rockin' Oaks Ranch. It's December 2023. Today we're going to take you through a build of a log arch that I'm going to be putting on my trailer to make sourcing logs for my mill a little bit easier. This is a project I've been meaning to do for a long time, and today's the day. So let's get started. The basis for this build is my 18-foot flat deck Summit trailer. It's a 10,000 pound rated trailer, dual 6 lug axles. Up front I've got a Badland 9,000 pound winch, and I've been using that along with the ramps in the past to get logs onto this trailer, and that requires a little bit of ingenuity. The ramps are okay, but they rest on here, and when you put forward force on the ramps, they come right off this bar here. So it's more for loading cars, not necessarily logs. The materials I got for this build, we got this 2-inch by 3-inch quarter wall rectangular tube. I've also got 1/4 inch by 4-inch flat stock, and that's going to be for our gussets and so forth. For the pivot point, I did something a little bit different. I haven't seen this online. Let me get in a better light here. So I went to the local off-road shop, WFO Concepts. They got a website, and you can get all these products on their website. These are actually spring hangers and shackle hangers for 2-inch springs. They're all pre-formed, and my plan is this is going to go on the arch itself, and it will pivot on the hanger, the shackle hanger, like this. And it's gonna have bushings. I'm gonna pin it so that you can remove it when not needed. I'm gonna have to do a little fabrication here, cut a little angle out of this bottom, but I think it should work out pretty well and make for a good smooth pivoting arch. So anyway, let's get started. So a couple miscuts, but now I've got the basic structure in place. Now it's just time to clean it all up and tack it together and figure out the pivot, the hinge. We'll get back to you in a second on that. So I'm cutting my spring hangers down right here. Used to look like that. Cutting them down to fit on the ends of my uprights. And I'm doing that. My abrasive on my cutoff saw has worn down to where it won't get all the way through, and because of the time of day and everything, I'm left with my cutoff wheel. I opted for these thinner Harbor Freight specials, and I'm not gonna lie, they make me a little bit nervous. Because of that, safety first. All right, I got all these cleaned up here. It's getting a little dark. Merry Christmas. They're all cleaned up, ready for welding tomorrow and tacking together. I'm also working on my bracket design. I took the D-rings off the corner of the trailer and working on this. If the upright's gonna come out of the top here, it's going to pivot down. I got to figure out if that angle right there, if it's coming out directly here, if that's enough. I think I might shave a little bit more off this bottom so I can get a little more lift. But the more level you get, the more stress it puts on the arch. So I don't necessarily need to go all the way down. So to have somewhat of a limit would be a good thing. So today we got a new day, and we're going to go ahead and start tacking these in place. I've got my spring hangers that are going to weld onto the bottom here, like so, and be my pivot. I've got them all ground up, cut down, so that they pivot the way I want it to. And we're gonna get after it. So I decided that I'm gonna plate this corner with 1/4 inch by 4 inch flat stock, because that's what I ended up buying. It's gonna tie in this back of the trailer with the rail. This is looks like maybe 1/8 inch 2x4 steel, and this is like a 2x4 C-channel. So this is probably stronger than this. But if I tie it all together with a 1/4 inch plate on top and tack it, weld it into place, make it part of the trailer, I think that'll give me some good stability, a good solid base for the pivots. So I decided to go with these heavier duty D-rings that I harvested off the corners of the trailer when I put the pivots in. This is the ones I had on hand, obviously much lighter duty. These ones here are stamped 6,300 pound working load. There it is, nice and upside down for you. But anyway, I'm gonna put these on the log arch for the winch attachment and for the chain attachment for getting the logs. So one of my last steps, I need to make gussets, and now I'm marking them out. Got my speed square here, put a little clamp on there as a stop to set my angles. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mark these out. Well, when I got it all back up here, it was a little angled in. Like this was a little bit this way, and that was a little bit that way. It might be from all the heat of the welding, or I just wasn't careful in how I was doing it. You saw me have to spread it out a little bit, and now I'm having a little bit of a alignment issue that I got to overcome. Sometimes a little BFH does the trick. All right, so here we go. I got this thing at roughly a 45-degree angle. I just eyeballed it. I've got my load, my log, aka my pulley, almost touching the ground. I want to see how much lift I get at a 45-degree angle if it clears the deck of the trailer. Anything lower than this, it just increases the stress on everything, the pivots, the winch itself, and the attachment point. So for the heavier logs, I don't want to go much below 45 degrees. I did pick something up I want to show you guys. I think it's pretty cool. Again, Harbor Freight tools for the win, Badland Apex. It's a wireless winch controller. Basically, all you do is plug that into your winch, and you got this, turn it on, got the red light, and now we're live. So here we go, let's see what happens. Oh heck yeah. So as you can see, we clear the deck by a good foot at least. Yeah, a solid foot, and that's plenty just to get the log up on the lip of the trailer, readjust, lay this thing back down, get another bite on the log, and start pulling the log onto the trailer. Okay, so build complete. Final step, this is the maiden voyage, going to pick up some logs, and I got her all painted up. She's looking sharp and can't wait to use it. The one thing I didn't mention about my trailer, I do have these weld-on, again, Harbor Freight jacks for the rear, so that it doesn't torque the rear frame of the trailer. I will be deploying those when I'm lifting logs to prevent any undue stress on the trailer and the tongue and the truck and all that. So anyway, this video is complete. Be sure to watch part 2. I'll be filming the use of the log arch, and I'll post another video. Thanks for watching.